In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew provides update on efforts to deliver potable water. Minister Douglas hosts high-level meeting, and 14 interns at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure benefit from career training. The details on these stories and more after the break. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I am Shaira Flanders. Nationally, efforts to supply potable water to residents of Keyon are continuing apace, so notes Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and Parliamentary Representative for St. Christopher 8.
Kitts that had the most water issues, the largest single well ever discovered in St. Kitts and Nevis, according to what I'm told by the technicians and experts, is that well that was found in Keyon. And when they test the water is potable. They test it once, World Health Organization standard, they test it. And right now, as an update, they're testing it again. So the water, the reason why we have not connected it, we want to test it multiple times. Because the water is so pure. It's amazing. That's why it says only God could have intervened here. Give us pure water in such abundance in the area that suffered the most, or suffers the most. It has, of course, the challenge is still there. And so when that last test comes, which we expect to come either maybe next week, we are going to Keyon and have a ceremony and connect the water. Initially, we have a smaller pump, so we'll be able to.
Prime Minister Drew was a guest on the January 24, 2024 edition of In Focus when he provided an update on the water situation in Keyon.
Pump maybe 250,000 gallons per day. That's a significant amount of water. The larger pump has been ordered where we can get, hundreds of thousands more. And that, but we don't want to delay while they're preparing the larger pump. Let's get this significant amount of water that's going to solve the problem to a great extent in Keyon while we wait for the larger pump to come. So the update is the last test for the water is being taken place. It's going to be finished, I think it should finish this week, but let's say next week. And once that is done, we're going to connect the water while we await the larger pump to come. As soon as it comes, we're going to exchange the smaller pump now because they did not expect to find so much water. And so pure, and so easily connected. Yeah, and that is why I keep saying that.
Work is also being done to use desalinated water in St. Kitts and Nevis, producing some 2 million gallons per day.
Right now, we are going to build a larger desal plant than the UAE. The UAE water desal plant is about 30,000 with solar energy.
And that's gallons per day.
And that's gallons, 30,000 gallons per day.
Right.
One for St. Kitts, one for Nevis. If you lose solar energy, if we connect it to the grid, we can get up to 60,000 gallons per day, but of course it's more expensive. What we are going to construct is a desal plant to produce 2 million gallons per day, which is much larger than what the UAE is doing, but it's going to cost us money. However, we have determined that we have to be able to provide water for our people. So 2 million gallons per day, desal plant, we want to complete this year. And that is on its way.
Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. And in other news, Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Right Honorable Dr. Dentil Douglas, in collaboration with the High Commission of St. Kitts and Nevis to Canada, held a high-level virtual meeting with the recently appointed Chancellor of Dalhousie University in Nova Scotia, Canada, Dr. Rustam Southwell, to discuss development initiatives designed to strengthen the long-standing relationship between the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and Dalhousie University. Some of the topics discussed included pairing youth groups from St. Kitts and Nevis with counterparts in Canada, the need to refine our strategy on benefiting from the blue economy through the Ocean to School initiative, and cooperation in healthcare. Dr. Southwell, a son of the soil and offspring of national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Caleb Azariah Paul Southwell, encouraged policymakers to focus on emerging industries such as manufacturing battery packs for instruments in the health, automobile and renewable industries that will enable us to enhance our profile in international trade. Training our youth in science, technology, engineering and mathematics or STEM is an integral part of the strategy to build capacity to achieve our goals. Dr. Douglas indicated that the ministry, through the High Commission for St. Kitts and Nevis in Ottawa, would continue its dialogue with strategic partners in the diaspora to aid in the growth and development of St. Kitts and Nevis. And in other local news, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Energy and Utilities, Domestic Transport, Information, Communication and Technology, and Post recently concluded a career building workshop for 14 secondary and tertiary school students enrolled in its Christmas internship program. According to a press release, the Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Conris Maynard, devised the new program to bridge the gap between academic learning and practical workplace skills. Former Speaker of the National Assembly and veteran human relations professional, Mr. Curtis Martin, facilitated the career building workshop. The group comprised one fifth form student and 13 Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College students. The interns were deployed across departments within the ministry, including water services, vehicle maintenance, facilities and maintenance, energy, administration and reception, human relations within the administrative department, and the post office. The internship program began on Friday, December 8, 2023, and ended on Friday, January 19, 2024. It operated under the theme, Making a Difference Through Doing. After the break, Gingerland Secondary School chapter of Boys' mentorship program officially launched, and Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs scholarship now open. Stay with us.
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today, we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new Flow, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired by you.
Running January 25th to February 7th.
Now our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Ocean Spray Cranberry Raisins, $10.99.
IGA anti-essential everyday cocktail and dry roasted peanuts, $12.99. Lender's bagels, $12.99. Tostina's party pizza, $9.99. Kraft barbecue sauce, $7.49. Purex liquid detergent, $15.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals! Started Kiss Tuna, $3.99. Hunt's Diced Tomato, $6.49. IGN Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Mott's Applesauce, $13.79. Nabisco Ritz and Triscuit Crackers, $14.99. Equaline Mouthwash, $10.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, dale mi Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
Welcome back. The Department of Gender Affairs in the Nevis Island Administration, or NIA, recently launched the Gingerland Secondary School GSS chapter of the Boys Mentorship Program BMP, pairing 12 teenaged boys with male mentors to provide them with guidance and support. During the opening ceremony held on January 18, 2024 at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park, Minister of Gender Affairs, the Honorable Janelle Nisbet, said the initiative does not target at-risk youth, but instead provides the boys with mentors who are a representation of what a good, successful man looks like so that they can have something to emulate. Mr. Mario Phillip, board chairman for the Boys Mentorship Program, said the initiative centers around 5 pillars, which include the mentor/mentee one-on-one relationship, group developmental sessions, and a community service aspect. There is also a component for job attachment. GSS Principal Mr. Kano David registered his gratitude to the organizers and sponsor for extending the program to the school and expressed his hope that the efforts would have a positive impact on the island's young men. Following the remarks, Interim Chief Executive Officer for Bank of Nevis, Mr. James Simpson, presented the Minister Nisbet with a check for $10,000 to assist with carrying out the program's activities. And in other news, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Republic of China Taiwan Scholarship for the 2024-2025 academic year is now open for applications. Interested candidates must submit a completed application form, a photocopy of his or her passport, photocopy of one's highest level of diploma, and academic transcripts certified by the Ministry of Education. Also required are documents to certify that he or she has applied to an educational institution or its affiliated Mandarin training center, and 2 letters of reference. Candidates are required to undergo 1 year of language training. All applications along with the requisite documents are to be sent to Carol Body at the Ministry of Education in St. Kitts by February 29, 2024 for onward processing. For more information about this scholarship, contact the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in St. Kitts and Nevis at 467-1161, or that's 467-1161, or the Ministry of Education at 467-1402, that's 467-1402. And coming up in regional news, Haiti homicides more than doubled in 2023. The details when we come back.
Here are your horses at Value Mart IGA specials.
Running January 25th to February 7th.
Now our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Ocean Spray Cranberry Raisins, $10.99. IGA anti-essential everyday cocktail and dry roasted peanuts, $12.99. Lender's bagels, $12.99. Tostina's party pizza, $9.99. Kraft barbecue sauce, $7.49. Purex liquid detergent, $15.99. And now our very low weekly
Value deals! Started Kiss Tuna, $3.99. Hunt's Diced Tomato, $6.49. IGN Essential Everyday Mac and Cheese, $2.99. Mott's Applesauce, $13.79. Nabisco Ritz and Triscuit Crackers, $14.99. Equaline Mouthwash, $10.99. Shop Smart, Shop Value Mart, dale mi Spanish.
sea listo y haga sus compras aquí en
Value Mart!
We've been working to bring you our most reliable internet ever.
And today, we are very excited to offer gig speed on Flo's fiber-powered network.
The best entertainment experience in St. Kitts and Nevis.
And plans that give you everything you need.
It's a new flow, and it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired.
And it's all inspired by you.
Thank you for staying with us. There were nearly 5,000 homicides counted in Haiti last year, which is more than double in 2022, a United Nations report said Tuesday, as the country endures rampant gang violence amid the near collapse of its political institutions. More in this France 24 report.
Haiti's gang wars are only getting worse, and local people are at their wits' end.
The entire republic must rise to make Prime Minister Ariel Henry respond. We can no longer stand this insecurity.
A UN report has found that homicides more than doubled last year, while the number of kidnappings rose by more than 80% as the violence spread from the capital into rural areas.
Gang killings, kidnappings, and sexual violence, notably against women and young girls, continue with widespread impunity.
1 in 10 police stations nationwide were attacked last year, and sexual violence was used systematically as gangs consolidated their control. Thousands of police officers have quit, leaving less than 10,000 active at any one time for a country of more than 11 million people. And there are few ways to flee. Neighbouring Dominican Republic has tightened its borders, forcibly repatriating around 200,000 Haitians last year. Insecurity was exacerbated by the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. No elections have taken place since 2016, and the presidency remains vacant. Kenya has agreed to lead a UN-approved police corps to help Haiti's overwhelmed security forces, but the mission has been delayed amid a legal challenge by Kenyan opposition.
In Trinidad and Tobago, addressing the issue of human trafficking will require prevention, prosecution and protection, according to National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines. This as he addressed the opening ceremony of a 4-day shelter management training course on Tuesday. Terrian Brown Campbell of TTT News has that story.
National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines says several shelters are being provided for the survivors of human trafficking in Trinidad and Tobago. Then, making reference to this country's 3-year position on the U.S. State Department's trafficking in persons list, Minister Hines says, in his view, the country is addressing the issue.
I am not proud, I'm not happy, and I'm unwilling to accept Trinidad and Tobago at any tier 2 watch list on any international ranking in this regard. I think Trinidad and Tobago is no pariah state. It is no near pariah state. All of our partners know we are deeply committed. We are a strong democracy, and we are doing the business.
Minister of Social Development and Family Services Donna Cox says her ministry recognizes the crucial role that the shelters play in supporting survivors of human trafficking.
I am also pleased to inform you that the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services is establishing a transitional facility to accommodate women who are victims of trafficking.
Meanwhile, the United States ambassador to this country, Ambassador Candice Bond, says the United States is supporting TNT in its effort to address the matter.
In Trinidad and Tobago, USAID's HURT CTIP activity, which we have funded at approximately $950,000 US, is working closely with the International Office of Migration, IOM, and the government of Trinidad and Tobago to improve the quality of treatment, of care, and support to the survivors. And through this project, we are supporting the establishment of 6 residential facilities in Trinidad and Tobago.
The shelter management training workshop is expected to equip participants with the skills necessary to understand and address the peculiar needs of shelter residents. Terry Ann Brown Campbell, TTT News.
Coming up, several killed in gas truck explosion in Mongolia. International news is up next.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Join us on ZIZ TV for Youth Lounge with Sniper, a talk show on vital topics such as tourism, entrepreneurship, education, religion, sex education, and mental health. Featuring experts from St. Kitts and Nevis and the Caribbean region. Tune in live for the premiere on January 24th at 8:30 p.m. on ZIZ TV.
On the international scene, several people, including firefighters, were killed when a truck carrying 60 tons of liquefied natural gas crashed and exploded in the Mongolian capital. More in this Reuters report.
Several people, including firefighters, were killed when a truck carrying 60 tons of liquefied natural gas crashed and exploded in the Mongolian capital of Ulaanbaatar on Wednesday. That's according to Mongolia's officials. They added that around a dozen people were injured by the fire near the Dunjingrav market. More than 600 firefighters in 100 vehicles were involved in putting the fire out, which was eventually extinguished. And Mongolia's Emergency Management Office confirmed on Facebook that 3 National Fire Service officers were killed. According to Mongolia's Deputy Prime Minister, preliminary assessments showed that the truck crashed into a small car, causing an immediate explosion. Then a second blast occurred, ripping off a part of the truck with great force and killing the firefighters at the scene. According to local online news outlets and eyewitness footage, the fire quickly engulfed several nearby buildings, including a residential building. Scores of cars were burnt. Residents told television channel Tenja TV that a group of them had to forcibly break out of the building after flames reached the communal exit. The Deputy Prime Minister said there were no casualties reported from the apartment building, but could not, quote, guarantee that the casualty count will not increase as investigation and emergency measures were still underway.
The EU launched a new initiative on Wednesday to crack down on drugs being trafficked through European ports. More in this Euronews report.
In the face of a surge of cocaine being trafficked through European ports, the EU is aiming to engage with private sea terminal operators to crack down on drugs gangs. The European Ports Alliance is a new initiative to enhance cooperation and intelligence gathering between police, customs officials and the private sector. It was launched in Antwerp by the EU's Home Affairs Commissioner.
Rival criminal groups are working together, putting big shipments together on one side of the Atlantic, redistributing them on the other side, here in Europe. And we are teaming up to stop the criminal groups infiltrating our ports with bribery and corruption and threats. Because it's very difficult for people to get into the harbor to get the drugs out of the container. For that, they need inside help.
2023 saw a huge increase in drug seizures in several European countries, with gangs exploiting internal security weaknesses in ports. The new alliance aims to build on anti-trafficking measures already taken at some ports and make them more widespread across Europe.
Up next in sports, the FIFA officials meet with TT Premier Football League and Ivory Coast coach Jean-Louis Gasset sacked after humiliating defeat. Stay tuned.
You're never too young to start planning for your financial future. That's why I decided to visit National Caribbean Insurance to speak with one of their friendly sales agents.
Here at NCI, we strive to ensure customer satisfaction by choosing the right policy for you. Our endowment plans provides customers with adequate returns on their investment. The quinquennial bonus policy offers a 25% payout of the sum assured every 5 years. Other life insurance packages can help to secure your family's future. Also, please consider our health plans so you can be reimbursed for medical expenses to ease financial impact. Just remember, the younger you are, the more affordable insurance is for you.
Don't wait until it's too late to apply. Make an appointment to see a sales agent.
Visit us today. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
First up in sports, officials from the FIFA Professional Football Development Department are in Trinidad and Tobago and met with member clubs and officials of the TT Premier Football League. TTT News' Kent Fuentes has more.
Colin Wolf, CEO of the TTPFL, says the league has been working alongside consulting firm Portas and the FIFA to do remediation work coming out of season 1 of the league. One key aspect is the finances of the TTPFL.
The objective is to continue to strengthen the financial architecture of both the league office as well as at the clubs. To win the Caribbean Cup, we got very close to it this year. There's no reason why we can't. Increase commercialization of the league, to get young players out into the public domain. So one of the things that wasn't discussed this morning, at least in the opening session, is to build a website and or engage with folks that gather data to properly showcase the talent that we've got here in Trinidad.
Mr. Worf adds the league still needs to add the manpower needed to achieve its goals.
To be ambitious, you've got to have the appropriate people in place. That is the single biggest thing. That we do not have the horsepower in the FA to achieve the ambitions that we wish for. That's just putting it in a nutshell. The clubs themselves focus a lot on football and not on the rest of the things that makes for a successful football club. That's the second thing. The third thing is that if you keep your talent under a bushel, it cannot be sort of showcased to the world. And the last thing is that we are missing huge financial opportunities, even where we sit right now.
He adds the TTPFL will need a time before you see it becoming what they have envisioned.
The cadence that we've worked out is 3 or 4 years, because you've got to fix this year I would describe as the foundation year. So there are a lot of things there we realize, and the clubs realize, in fairness to them, that it's just not working. They're not ready for prime time. What they've done, and it would be at the back end of their presentations, they've cadenced the steps and the specific actions over the next 3 to 4 years to ensure that we achieve what we set out to achieve.
The TTPFL CEO then commended the clubs for taking the right steps to be financially viable.
Of all of the clubs, a lot of them are looked after financially. The question is the money being spent in pursuit of the objective or to achieve the objective? And certainly in Tier 1, of the 11 clubs that are participating now, I would suggest between 9 and 10 of them are very comfortable for the season, which was not the case last year.
Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
Ivory Coast coach Jean-Louis Gasset has been fired, despite the team still having a chance of qualifying for the Africa Cup of Nations knockout stage. More in this report.
Jean-Louis Gasset's tenure as the Ivory Coast national team coach came to an abrupt end on Wednesday following a humiliating 4-0 defeat by Equatorial Guinea at the Africa Cup of Nations. The decision was conveyed by Ivorian Federation President Yassine Idriss Diallo, casting doubt on Gasset's future even before knowing if the host nation would progress in the tournament. Emerse Faye, the current assistant and former player with experience at Nice and Nantes in France, is reportedly set to step into Gasset's shoes as revealed by local sources. While Côte d'Ivoire still has a chance to advance to the round of 16 with 3 points from 3 Group A games, the dismissal of Gasset marks a significant shake-up.
And when we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines. Recapping the top stories, Prime Minister Drew provides updates on efforts to deliver potable water. Minister Douglas hosts high-level meeting, and 14 interns at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure benefit from career training. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you so much for joining us. I have been your presenter, Shaira Flanders. Have a good one.